Alexei Navalny sentenced to 5 years for fraud. But was his real crime simply to be a political threat? Has Putin's brutal state created a martyr for the Russian opposition? We hear from Moscow. Police numbers down, crime down too. Does that mean we can have an even smaller police force? Good evening. Russia's opposition leader was sent to prison today. His crime? Probably that of being too popular, too threatening to one Vladimir Putin. Alexei Navalny's show trial has sparked protests on the streets of Moscow and condemnation from around the world. He signed off to his supporters with a Twitter message. "Don't dawdle, the frog won't jump from the oil pipes itself," he wrote, which perhaps loses something in translation. But tonight we ask whether the opposition movement is now dead or whether Putin has just created a martyr. Tomorrow the G20 descends on Moscow. But how should the West deal with one more round of Putin's political bullying? Here's Paul Maitlis. It's one of the most dangerous journeys anyone can make. It's also one of the biggest economic migrations in the world. Every month, thousands from across the Horn of Africa try to reach the farms and factories of Saudi Arabia, trying to better their lives. But to do so, they must cross through Djibouti, across the Strait of Bab el-Mandab, and then up through Yemen, where they fall prey to people traffickers and kidnappers, sexual abuse and torture. There's evidence, as Yalda Hakim reports, that the Yemeni military is involved in people trafficking and that sexual abuse. Some of the migrant stories, as you can imagine, are harrowing. Very much indeed. Thanks. What are we to make of the correlation between lower crime figures and fewer police officers? The latest figures show crime falling, somewhere between 7% and 9%. And all that with 14,000 fewer PCs. Is it a statistical anomaly, what they call a lag between one set of figures and the next? Or could it signal a whole new way of thinking about ring fencing and spending, the slaughtering, if you like, of some sacred cows? Well, Professor David Spiegelhalter is the Winton Professor for the Public Understanding of Risk at Cambridge University and author of the Norm Chronicles, which aims to help people understand the everyday risks they face. He joins us now from Cambridge. And Professor Spiegelhalter, thanks very much for joining us tonight. It seems such a neat correlation, doesn't it? But how do you read these numbers?